Everyone is chasing AI startups and crypto while sleeping on businesses that print money. These aren't sexy, but they're not trending on TikTok, but they're creating millionaires while you're being distracted. You just gotta do it scared. I'm talking about businesses that people actually need. I call them recession-proof moneymakers, and it's hiding in plain sight. No coding skills, no investor pitch decks, just practical businesses with insane profit margins that nobody is talking about. But I see it on my own business expense sheet. The first on our list, plumbing. It's not glamorous, but neither is an empty bank account. Plumbers make serious money. I was just talking to a guy who works for the city, for the water department. He came in to fix something with your meters, and I was like, oh, can you help me do XYZ? And he's like, oh no, I'm not a plumber. And I was like, but you are working with the water company and the water meters and stuff. And he's like, no, if I was a plumber, I'd be paid way more. Plumbers are paid. Their hourly rate is high, and if it's an emergency, you can basically double that. But here's the $1 million secret. You don't need to be the one fixing the toilets. Your advantage is up here. You know how to build a business, market it, and create systems. Things that most plumbers just don't think about. Here's something I've noticed. In high income areas, people care way more about reliability than cost. You'd be shocked at how many plumbing companies lose business just because they don't pick up the phone. I was reading a research and it says the US needs over 40,000 plumbers each year. And the older workforce is aging out fast, but not enough skilled tradespeople are coming into the business. Imagine creating a simple system where you answer every single call, you confirm appointments, and you follow up after the job. See, that alone sets you apart from many plumbers. They're great at their craft, but not necessarily running a business. And starting a plumbing business is not complicated. Set up a basic website, a Google business profile, and connections with a few reliable plumbers, especially ones who are looking for more work. See, you build the systems, they handle the plumbing. The second business you need to watch out for, HVAC, your heating and your cooling. When your AC dies in July or your heat goes off in January, you're not price shopping. You're looking for the person who gets the job done, who can be there as soon as possible. The basic HVAC call starts at $300 minimum, and for installation, we're talking $6,000 to $12,000 per home. I've switched out a few on my properties, I know. And if you're talking commercial jobs, you're looking at six-figure contract. Listen, you don't need to be the technician. You're the business operator who creates systems, hires technicians, markets effectively, and delivers actual customer service. I was watching a snippet of a reality show. I'm pretty sure it was Real Housewives of Atlanta. And one of the ladies mentioned that her husband started off installing HVACs. As an investor who's been through several renovations, I can believe her. Putting in a new AC and furnace on a little ranch style home, and this even has existing runs, you know, those metals that pump out the air and stuff. Just switching that out costs just under $10,000. And the crazy part, I know they get the furnace on wholesale, probably 10 to 15% the cost of installation. Now imagine if you knew how to build a business process around this. You find a few good technicians who are not being treated well at their current job. Most of these techs are being paid minimum wage. How do I know? When they come on my job, I have conversation, but they might not desire to run their own business or even have the know-how. You target higher net worth neighborhoods, you get your certifications in order, you register even with your local business. As a small business, there's so many opportunities in bidding for government contracts locally, and you learn how to bid. And there are resources locally. Hop on Google, type in your town and type in government contracting and resource and see what comes up to be able to reach out to them. This is the season to look at what is out there and how you can take advantage of it to expand your income. If the cost of living or taxes or whatever is going up, this is not the season to stick around and mull over what is going wrong, because that is not coming back down. The cost of goods and the cost of groceries are not coming back down. This is the season for us to figure out how we're also going to 2x, double X, the skills that we have in being able to bring value into the marketplace. So this is where you come in, not as a technician, but as an operator who's able to connect the dots and scale the business. Let me share a grassroots marketing hack that I use. I post simple ads at local bodegas, estate buildings, and upscale cafes in wealthy neighborhoods. You'd be shocked at how many qualified technicians and high-paying clients actually reach out. Why does something like HVAC work out so well? Well, I'd consider it recession-proof. People might delay buying new cars or even taking a luxury vacation, but they're not going to delay fixing their heat or AC, especially in the middle of winter or summer. So it's a necessity, not a luxury. So when you think about a business opportunity for you to go into something that's boring. Go into something that's a necessity. This is where millions are made. The next one on our list, electrical stuff, electricity. Do you see the drift that I'm going here? Because when I sit down with my CPA and I go through my business expenses and I look at even discussing with my other investor friends, these type of businesses rake in a lot of money. I haven't even made up my money yet with my tenant because maybe I'm going through renovation. But one thing, who's going to get paid? The electrician. Who's going to get paid? The plumber. Who's going to get paid? The HVAC person. So let's look at electrical services. Even drive around your local city. Look at the renovations or new buildings that are going up. Yes, the tradesperson requires a license. But here's the thing. Partner with licensed electricians who are great at their craft, but not so great at running a business. Most contractors that I meet are not great marketers. They wait for business to come to them. You're going to build a system that you attract it to you. So you have consistent workflow for the people that you bring on board. See, research shows that the US needs over 80,000 electricians every year just to meet demand, but not enough people are entering the trade. If you build something like this and target a higher net worth neighborhood where you're able to charge a bit more, it allows you to also pay the folks that you're bringing on board higher than they would their average company. Now remember, you're the one structuring the business. You're building marketing strategies and creating systems. Let the licensed pros handle the technical stuff while you work on building and scaling. Our fourth one is painting services. People think painting is easy. I remember when I first started out, okay, and I was trying to save some dollars, and I went to go hire this guy who's like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I even gave him floor covers, okay, to cover this beautiful wood floor, and he still managed to put paint droplets everywhere. I'm just like reminiscing. So if you're thinking from a business model perspective, a painting business is one that definitely has low startup costs. It has great margin and repeat business. But I know, and my fellow investors know just too well, that it's filled with unreliable contractors. Folks don't show up on time, don't finish when they say they will, and leave sloppy work behind. Your competitive advantage is just being professional. Show up when you say you will, plan the job to finish on time, clean up after your work, and follow up. I know that's how low the bar is in this industry. And people will pay premium prices just for that level of reliability. I'm on the list for my local government contracting, for small business, contracting jobs, and painting jobs come up quite often. And the bids are quite substantial too. When we talk about government contracting, don't overwhelm yourself with the big picture. Just go local. And especially as a small business owner, there's so many resources that actually present opportunities to you first. Or you can focus on high-end residential and commercial clients, ones who value quality over saving a few bucks, and create a system to keep your crew consistent. Let's go to the next one. Stinky money makes serious money. This is the dumpster trash business. You know, in real estate, we say the stinkier the house, the more money is waiting for you. So with a job like this, it's messy, but the profits are there. Let me tell you something. I've spent tens of thousands, yes, doing cleanouts, renting dumpsters, to hiring cleanout and demo crews. I remember this one property, that was a hard reno. We spent over $4,000 just on dumpsters, just rentals, and you have it for a limited amount of time. And you can't even put certain materials in there, and you can't overfill it or even make it too heavy. They will fine you. And the owner, he didn't even show up. Why would he? He's got his drivers moving up and down, handling the dirty work while he's running a service-based business. And the margins are crazy. You get a roll-off dumpster, you can even get one from a landfill and rent it to customers over and over. You're basically the middleman, and that markup is wild. Junk removal, even better margin. A two-person team can clear out a house in a day and charge well over $1,000. Your costs are mainly labor and dump fees. You can literally start with one dumpster, reinvest your profits to get more, or even partner with existing waste companies. You handle the marketing and customer management while they handle the pickups. But if I'm going to do a business like this, after my research, I'm going to go all in. Your customers could be the real estate investors, contractors, homeowners doing renovation, estate cleanouts. I mean, the list goes on. People underestimate how much trash, that people need to get rid of and how expensive it is to get rid of such trash. Okay, let's move to the next one. Commercial cleaning specialization. Now, you've probably heard a lot about residential cleaning and building a business around that, but money and margins are really in the commercial space. If you're able to focus on niches like medical facilities, data centers, luxury retail, or even post-construction cleanup, these places end up paying more because they need specialized care. And these are reoccurring contracts. That's where the real profits come. You're able to are predictable income that is consistent and that can grow fast. When I started investing in real estate, I was looking for some cleaners and happened to cross paths with this woman. She was just starting out on her commercial cleaning business. Fast forward just a couple years and she's got a whole team cleaning dozens of medical facilities and bringing in serious profit. The margins are crazy in this business. She has set up strict cleaning protocols that meet the healthcare standards and has charged premium rates, especially with the local government contract. There is money exactly where you are. Locally, yes, you just have to know where to go look. See, most people overlook this type of business because it's not flashy. But the truth is sometimes the dirtiest business makes the cleanest money. The seventh one I have for you is property tax appeal services. I know most people are not talking about this. I had to learn about this and I recently went through this. My attorney had to help me, but I did all the research. We filed a tax appeal for some of my properties. And during this process, it hit me. Yeah, my mind is always thinking business, but I was like, this could be a standalone business with massive potential because property taxes can be a pretty big expense for investors and a significant cost for homeowners. The problem, many properties are actually overassessed, but most homeowners don't know how to challenge it. Here's an interesting business model that can really get somebody listening to you. Let's say you propose to charge a percentage, a huge percentage of the amount that they'll be saving. If you don't save them money, they don't owe you anything. But when they win, the payoff can be huge. I mean, when I think about my situation, I was able to do all the research. It took a lot of time and a lot of work. I was able to get the reduction and pretty massively, close to 50%. So imagine if somebody did this for me and I pay them a fraction of that. It's a win-win situation in my book. Now think about if you're handling multiple clients. And you don't need to be a lawyer to do this. You just need to understand the appeals process and how property values are assessed. If necessary, partner with a real estate attorney who's going to help with the legal side and you manage the marketing, finding clients, and building cases. This business would work well for somebody who is good at research, organizing the information to make a strong case. It could very easily be a valuable high niche offering without really competing in an overcrowded market. I'm sharing these businesses to pique your interest, that there are businesses there. They're not trendy, they're not glamorous, but it might be the business that brings $1 million into your bank account. They're profitable, they're predictable, and it's in demand. And especially in a season where maybe just 9 to 5 does not cut it, or if you're part of this family, we're all about ETF investing. Imagine creating a side business where you're able to stack thousands into your ETF portfolio that in a couple years, you've created opportunity, you've created options for yourself on what your career or the next big thing can look like for you. I want you to start thinking like a business operator, building valuable connection and taking advantage of your next $1 million idea, because around here, we do it scale.